What's going on, everybody? We are live once again. I'm seeing everybody coming into the chats. Great day that we're about to start off. We've got the legendary Cheat Code. Cheat Code is here live with us. Man, it is a beautiful day. We'll be talking about Tower Exchange, which is a stable coin focused DEX aggregator built on ARC. And it says designed to really unify liquidity across ARC's decentralized exchanges. So we're going to talk about that. They've got an AI assistant that helps users understand portfolios, trades, and performance through natural language. So I love AI integrations, and I want to talk to you a lot more about that as well. But first off, man, welcome to the show. Great to see everybody here.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Nice to meet you. Nice to finally meet you on live, so to speak. So, yeah.
That's
So today
great, man.
we'll
That's
be
great.
covering, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
Can I
man.
go ahead?
You can go ahead and talk. I'm waiting for you to
Yeah,
hear. Go ahead, man.
Today we'll be talking about our exchange, the stablecoin focused DEX aggregator that is powered by the ARC blockchain, which is the native economic operating system for blockchain technology and all of that. So yeah, let's just get started. By the way, my name is Collins. My name is Collins in
Collins.
real life, but I'm known on screen as Cheat Code. I got that from a friend last year, and it just kind of stick since then. Yeah,
Why
so
did he call
nice
you
to.
cheat code, man? What's the secret you got? Why cheat
Okay, so
code?
it's a funny story, right? So last year I started learning about Solidity, and my friend and I, we were practicing Foundry. So we were trying to get some shortcuts for Foundry implementation when you're trying to do Solidity, and there was this particular sets of shortcuts called cheat codes, right? You only get them when you're using Foundry. So he started calling me cheat code. He was like, "Yeah, since I know Foundry so much, I should probably be called cheat code." So, and I liked it, so I made it stick.
Nice.
Yeah,
Man, yeah, shout out to everybody joining in. No, this you get nothing. Let me see here. I didn't receive points for the event. Nope. You don't get that for coming over here, man. Shoot, you got to come out here, enjoy and relax and do whatever everybody else is doing out here, vibing and learning. Vibing and learning. That's what it's all about when we get on X. So Collins, man, really excited that you could join us. Yesterday we had somebody that came from Italy. I'm curious, where are you coming from? What flag are you waving today?
I'm waving the green, white, green. I'm waving the Nigeria flag. I come from capital, so yeah.
All right. The green and white. In case you missed it, he is from Nigeria. Nigeria is representing a lot of great developers in our ecosystem. Show Nigeria as their home. So really excited to have you here representing. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Tower. Definitely really
Yeah,
interested in,
Tower Exchange.
kind of like your whole like journey into really building on Arc, your whole journey in the community, and why you built the Tower Exchange.
Okay, so my journey towards building on Arc was a funny one because a friend introduced me to Arc blockchain just 2 days after testnet launch. I think I joined the Arc Discord around October 28th, and I'm very sure that the testnet got 5th of October. So yeah, I was in the Discord, and my
Three
friend was
days
like,
in.
yeah, my friend was like, we have to build on this chain. I'm like, yeah. So what stood out for me was the fact that the paymaster future, where the the gas fees are kind of abstracted and used as USDC. So I'm not like, that's a really cool thing to have on the blockchain because um, Ethereum, as we know, is expensive, right? But if I can use stable coins, so I said, yeah, sure, why not? Let's start building this stuff. So I got to talk with my friend, my partner, Barnabas, and I said, yo, what can we build on this? And he was like, let's build something we've both had a problem with in the past. And that was stable coin swaps and stable coin aggregation. And so we decided we're going to build a stable of Arc blockchain. As at the time, we weren't sure what to call it. We went through multiple names before we finally settled for Tower Exchange, but we knew exactly what we were going to build. We knew we wanted an aggregation layer to help unify stablecoin liquidity, since Arc kind of promotes that, and it's a really cool thing to have. So yeah.
Nice. I love how you had the date down packed. You said October 28th. I joined. I love that. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
people that know the exact date they joined, but you're somebody that's been very very friendly to a lot of people that are out here in the community. A lot of people are really familiar with you. And I've heard your name come up from Silence and Mike and others. So just really glad to give you this time to shine here on this live stream. Um, those that are watching, before we
Silence
go
and Mike called
into
me
the
friendly.
yes, Mike did call you friendly. He did. Mike called you friendly. He did. Should he
I,
not have called you that?
I felt I felt like I'm always bugging in his DM about some issues or some implementations I'm trying to figure out, especially silence. So, so it's funny he called me friendly because half the time I'm in his DM about, yo, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. And there was this one time I remember I came to your DM and I'm like, I'm trying to do this, it's not working. So yeah, but yeah,
No, but you know what though? You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up. And this is for everybody watching. We like when people are building and have questions. That is what we're here to do. And so when we have people that are like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to build, help me overcome this hurdle. That's what we want to hear. So no, I love to see that, and they love to see it. So yeah, it's the people that write about other things that have no I don't know, no points, or they're not doing any this or that or the third. It's like, no, we like people that are trying to do something, try to grow. So no, we love that. And we love you for that, man. We love you for that. I know you put together a presentation, and so I
Yeah.
want to go ahead and give you an opportunity to kind of go through that, and let me know when you're ready. I can go ahead and bring it up.
Yeah, I'm ready right about now.
All right, here we go. All right, so the you have up here, you got your screen ready. Tower, the native stablecoin DEX. Talk to us about it.
So yeah, Toa is the native stablecoin DEX aggregator, and like I said, the problem was that we were trying to unify fragmented liquidity across DEXs, which enables better decision making and basically just um, removes the whole bad user experience when they are trying to make a swap. Because I remember there were times I tried to make a swap and I would try out this exchange. They currently do not support the pair. So I was basically hopping from one decentralized exchange to another. So I felt like an aggregator basically solves that problem. So that is the primary problem we are trying to solve to enable more stablecoin adoption. Because I figured that if I had crypto, I'll probably leave it on stables because the other types of crypto they are relatively volatile. So it's better to have it on stables, and I'm sure most people leave the bulk of their assets on stables. So yeah, why not? And this is basically how our ability to stablecoin across multiple blockchains. Powered by the Seco CCTP and the app kits for best routing and best aggregation. We have a conversational insights with the AI agent for decisions making and not necessarily decisions making because you have to make the decision, but the AI agent basically just guides you through that decision. And then there is this other cool feature that Arc blockchain has, which is the sub-second finality, whereby you make a transaction and within seconds or in less than a second you are confirming that transaction. And also we wanted a platform that felt intuitive. We didn't want a platform where users will have to go through docs or documentation or reading the docs before they can actually interact with our platform or making a transaction as simple as a swap. So we built it for intuition. We are basically trying to onboard both the OGs, people that have been in the blockchain space for years, and even the newbies trying to navigate their way through understanding stablecoins and DeFi at large. And so, how our swap works is basically we route through multiple DEXs currently integrated on the Arc blockchain. We route through multiple DEXs, and our swaps behind the scenes it doesn't just find the best price, it finds the best price and the best route, and basically taking factors such as liquidity depth and spreads into consideration to actually quote that price for our users, making the trade more optimal and a bit more seamless than you normally have. We also have the bridge feature. This is one of my favorite parts of the kit where Bridge Kit helps us support movement of stable coins across EVM chains with support currently coming for Solana and other blockchains. I've seen some updates, but at the time we were integrating these, I think the app kit was updated recently, so we couldn't support Solana and some other blockchains, but multiple testnet blockchains are currently supports bridging on Toa Exchange. And then
Collins,
another
do you
hurdle
mind?
is
Hey,
being able
Collins,
to
cheat code,
we help.
Can we go back
Yeah,
to
I'm here.
Bridge
I'm
Kit
right
for a
here.
second? Yeah, can we go back to Bridge Kit for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was really curious because you talked very highly of it. Um, how was that such a game changer for you? Like, tell me about your experience with getting introduced to Bridge Kit, and the reasoning behind you bringing it into Tower Exchange.
Okay, basically, the reason why the bridge kit was such a cool feature for me is because normally to integrate a multi-chain bridge, you'd have to go through a lot of architecture, a lot of blockchain architecture, trying to get all of the codes right, trying to get all of the logic right. But I think the Circle developers, they already did all that thinking for us, and all we had to do was implement it with a few lines of code. And then there is also this very cool feature I like about the bridge kit, which is the forwarding services. So
Yeah.
we do not have to go. Our users do not have to go through the traditional burn, mint, and then attest route, because Circle bridge kit basically forwards all of those processes, and then you can pay for your bridging, whether you're on Arc blockchain or another blockchain, using Arc native gas, USDC as the native gas. So that was a really, really cool thing. And it felt it felt like it wouldn't be nice to not integrate the bridge, because it's a cool thing to do. It's in fact, I'm so in love with the Circle team, I can't even lie. So yeah.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, man. I'll let you go back into your presentation, but you talked about bridge kit and it stuck out to me, so wanted to double tap on it. All right, so let's talk about recurring
Yeah.
orders.
Yeah, so how this works is, this works basically just like traditional DCA. I'm sure people, or a few folks would know about dollar cost averaging. So our recurring orders basically help our users set a certain amount of stable coin they would like to buy over a period of time, with a certain amount of frequency, such as hourly, daily, and Toa does all of the heavy lifting behind the scenes. So you can basically leave your trade and you go to sleep, and by the time you're back, your trades are executed. You've made some money. This is really powered by. This is one of the features that's powered by our AI infrastructure. So yeah, and then, so my personal favorite part, although this part is still on the works, so we have a chat interface that simplifies user experience, giving them the best insights and the best trading routes. Like I said, none of it is financial advice. Our AI interface basically guides you through whatever decisions you want to make. You have the autonomy to make those decisions. So we know people these days, they use AI a lot. I personally, I use Claude, I use ChatGPT on the daily. So we wanted an
Nice.
interface that felt familiar for trading. We wanted an interface that felt familiar. You could talk to it about um, we could talk to it about whatever you are trying to trade, or whatever coins you're trying to trade, and it basically gives you an insight of what your portfolio looks like, and the opportunities currently available to explore.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you a
So
question. Let me ask you a question on AI. Um, are you able to see like how many people are leveraging that particular service? Like, are you able to see are people going to Tower Exchange and using that feature a lot?
yes, actually, we have our dashboard where basically you can see all of our metrics. So a part that users actually use a lot is the AI feature, but I think these days it's being abused, because some users will go to our platform and they are asking the AI, "How are you?" Um, even though we wanted an interface that felt familiar, so but the AI is basically built to solve your problems around trading. So we currently have over 19,000 recurring orders all time, powered by the AI. And yeah, so we are able to see, but there wasn't a way for us to put it on the dashboard and put all of those interactions on the dashboard. I'm sure it will span through millions and millions of conversations. But
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. I want to take a pause here. There's a lot of questions that have been coming through. Um, let's see. There was one actually for me. So yeah, if you have questions, like someone said, DMs. Yeah, it's my X DMs are not open because they get flooded very heavily, and so If you have questions, we have Mike as well as Silence and others that are in our Discord and available on Archouse. You can definitely reach out to them if you have any particular questions, and they can try to funnel it up to me. So I did see that, wanted to address it in case anybody else is wondering. But back to you, Collins. A couple questions on Tower Exchange from Martin. Shout out to Martin, man. You've been here pretty much, a couple days in a row now. Uh, he had a shout out for you. He said Tower Exchange is super smooth. He's been testing it recently and loved it. The team has been very helpful. So that's a good shout out to you, Collins. Um, Classic has a question. What inspired the creation of Tower Exchange as a native stablecoin DEX aggregator? So I guess you did answer that, but maybe people wanted to hear that again. They might have missed it. But what was some of the inspiration behind that?
Okay, a few inspirations about why we decided to focus on stable coins was number one, the fact that our users can actually um, pay for gas in USDC. That was a primary feature. The subsecond finality,
Mm-hmm.
and we felt like there is a massive adoption in stablecoin in recent times. We've seen the numbers. I've seen I think the last time you posted a daily volume about USDC was around 33 billion in dollars. So that is a really, really massive adoption in stablecoin. And we felt the need to create a layer that basically solves that particular problem for of moving stablecoin liquidity and basically powering stablecoin liquidity overall. So yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's see here. We got some more questions. From let's see. Let me go back up. We got a lot of good questions that came in actually. All right. From Jairus Pugel, how does smart routing work in Tower Exchange?
Yeah, thanks for that. Currently, the way smart routing works is when you put in a future, there is another. This is what is going to bring me to the uh, finality or data deterministic future on ARC. So what that means is when you try to make a swap on Tower Exchange, before you actually make that swap, you know what you are getting into, you know the quote you are getting into, you can see the price. So how that works is our behind the scenes, our engine, our routing engine goes behind the scenes. It searches for the best route for that particular pair and the best price, taking into the factors such as liquidity depth, spreads, and your slippage into consideration to enable you get the best pricing. But I would also like to add that Tora will be coming soon with our own native router. This basically integrates more features such as uh, token splitting, price splitting, as well as coin hopping. So what this means is if there is a thin liquidity on a particular pool, there is thin liquidity in that layer. Tower Exchange tends to spread the swaps across all of the dexes instead of focusing on one dexes and basically creating a large price impact. So imagine you're trying to trade around 50 USDC on a pool that has about 50k USDC or 100k USDC on a pool that has $1 million in USDC. And so if we route through just that pool or through just that DEX, there would be a price impact of around 10%. But if we split that liquidity across, let's say, a couple of DEXs, let's say you swap 25% here, you swap 30% here, and the likes. So that price impact kind of overall our users getting the best pricing at the end of the day. So yeah, that is how smart routing works. And yeah, thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. Great questions. Great question. Another question we have is from Bully Vibes. Bully Vibes. Shout out to Bully Vibes. What are some challenges you face while building on Arc?
Uh, yeah, so like I said, I joined the ARC blockchain on the 28th of October. And as at the time I had this idea to build on Arc, they weren't a lot of builders at the time. So I wanted to build a DEX aggregator, but what are the DEXs I'm currently aggregating or I'm currently routing through? So that was one of the major challenges. It wasn't specific to the blockchain, it was specific to us being early. So yeah, we had to wait for a couple of months to actually find other DEXs which we could route trades through and all of that. So the major issue we faced, that was why we had Xilonet running for a very very long time, because they had the developer kits ready and on time. So the
Hmm.
major issues we faced was having to get these other exchanges right. But currently, I see more builders are coming in. There are more options to choose from. There are a pool of options to choose. We've already implemented some of those options. Yeah, so that was
Nice, nice,
a
nice.
major challenge we faced within Arc.
Once again, appreciate all the questions coming in. And take a quick break. I'm gonna give a shout out. He's back. I know that some people are wondering where my little guy was during the last live stream, but he is back with an arc hat now. All right, so he's back. I know cheat code, you missed him, so we'll give a little shout out to him
I
in
did
the
miss
back.
him.
Now yeah,
Shout
you
out
did
to
miss
the
him, right?
Arc Goblin.
All
I did.
right, we're gonna keep going down the questions here. Thank you for that one. Any plans for additional AI features? This is from Big Classic one. Any plans for additional AI features? And they also ask yield opportunities or integrations.
Yeah, so AI features. Yes. Currently, we realize that the Circle has a Circle AI skills, and yeah, we with the help of the Circle kits or all of these cool things that because I think Arc basically they help most of this agency smart wallets that will basically look for opportunities for you, alert you about these opportunities. The agentic AI, where users can just like how the recurring orders work currently, but smarter in a much smarter manner. Basically, you could be on your coin, and the AI would find opportunities for you and alert you, and it would be your decision to take if you would like to leverage on those opportunities. So let's say there is a price impact on a particular coin, and the AI knows that if you take that trade, you'll basically make some money off of it. So you're going to get some sort of alerts or some sort of notification. We are still planning on how to put all of that together, but that is a really cool thing we think we could have on our platform. So yeah, and then the next
Okay.
question is if there would be yield opportunities or liquidity. So the short answer is yes. We are still building. This is still day one for us, and in time we are going to have TOA supporting uh, additional pools, adding it to our outputs for a chance to earn yields and to basically a way to make more money off of TOA or off of by helping us unify this liquidity or helping us get more of this liquidity on our platform. So yeah,
Nice. Good answer. Good answer. Um, Web3 Node. Shout out to Web3 Node. Good question here. How's Tower going to scale the more costly transactions on aggregators compared to direct DEX swaps?
okay, that's a very very good question. So of them, I basically just explained that, but I think I should throw more light on it. So when you have a concentrated liquidity on a particular DEX, and we know, or our not us, we're not aware of what happens in the back end, but our system knows that if you make that swap on that particular thin layer of liquidity, there is going to be a huge price impact for a couple of seconds before it is before it is before it is rebalanced, right? So
Mm,
what we do is we implement the price splitting, so you don't have to the liquidity isn't focused on one DEX. We take the your swap rates from multiple DEX. So let's say you are swapping 25% off of Xylonet, you're swapping 30% or 40% off of Sintra, and then you're getting the rest from another DEX. And what this basically means is there will be a minimum price impact across all of those pools. And yeah, we also know that the circle has a very, very large pool of liquidity for USDC and the AURC supported by the USYC pool. So we actually have that integrated on our platform, So we know that the problem is swapping or price impact is going to be solved with token splitting as we move along. Yeah.
nice. Good answer, man. Good answer. Skywalker has a question. And it looks like maybe it came from also with Havertys as well. How does Tower Exchange's um, routing engine optimize execution for stablecoin swaps while at the same time minimizing slippage, gas costs, and fragmented liquidity issues across pools?
Okay. So I talked about the deterministic future that Apple currently
Mm-hmm.
has on. So I don't think gas prices will be as contracts on and the prices are relatively very very cheap. Also makes more sense the fact that
Very true.
um, um, yeah, also makes more sense with the fact that you ARC doesn't support. ARC basically has the paymaster feature that supports USDC as native gas, and you would agree with me that native gas is very very cheap. USDC is very very cheap. You have a dollar
100%.
and you can get, yeah, you have a dollar and you can get gas, but I don't think a dollar will get you something like native if you were going to make transactions. So this is how we are enabling stablecoin adoption. So this is basically going to help businesses implement stablecoins into their payment systems or whatnot at a very very minimal fee, because the price the gas is really cheap. So yeah.
Yeah, Arc is super efficient. I mean, and it's one of the reasons why we're seeing, um, not just independent developers, but like large institutions choose to build on Arc. It's very efficient, very affordable, to be a place to build and to move high quantity of value. Um, let's see. I think you might have addressed this a little bit too, but this is from DeFi Princess. Shout out to DeFi Princess. How does Tower Exchange handle cross-chain stablecoin bridging and settlement finality securely without introducing wrapped asset risk or liquidity inconsistency between chains? You've answered this a couple times in various ways. I'm not sure if there's anything else that you want to add to this one.
Yeah, I've answered it a couple of times, but I think I should just go over it one more time. So this is
Mm-hmm.
basically how it works. Before you make a bridge, if you've used Tower Exchange recently, you'll see that while you are making a bridge, it's estimating the gas price or the cost of that particular bridge for you. And with the forwarder services by of the app kit, you basically do not have you do not need native gas on both blockchains like the traditional bridging works, where you burn, you mint, and then you attest it on the other chain. So you have to sign it on this chain, and then you need gas on the other chain. So with the help of that forwarder services, I think you are basically getting what you ordered. So it's not a case of what you ordered versus what you got, because you knew what you are getting into. The system shows you what you are getting into before you get into it. So you see the gas price being labeled there. It's, and like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's very very cheap. It's around 0.00013 USDC. So if I'm trying to move 5 USDC, I know, I'm sure I'll be getting around 4.9 USDC, which is more efficient than most other blockchains, because there could be some abstraction issue and some amount of money is lost along the way. So yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. Um, let me see if we have any other questions here. Let me see here. Let me see here. I think you've gone through a lot of them. Let's talk about what's next. What's some of your goals moving forward for Tower Exchange?
All right. So our short long term goal, I like to put it as that, is we want to be a hub for stablecoin trading or stablecoin aggregation, because we know that we want our users, when they think about stablecoin or they are trying to make a particular trade across a certain stablecoin, we want to be the platform they go to first for that problem to be solved. We want to be the go-to hub for stablecoin aggregation, stablecoin liquidity, stablecoin movements across multiple blockchains. So that is our long-term goal, but that is to break down into a lot of problems. And we are currently that
Mm-hmm.
now. We are currently past some of those milestones, because right now I think our users, they have been using our platform. We have close to 2K people actively testing to our exchange, and then in the future we plan to build developer kits and SDKs where if you're a builder, you can actually Toa can actually help power up whatever it is you are building, as long as it has to do with trading of stable coins or moving of stablecoin assets from one place to another. So yeah, that is our long term.
Very good, very good. And we talk about AI, um, and I think with AI, there's always the risks that also come with exploits that could happen. And this is a good question I saw in the chat from Brian, which is, how does Tower Exchange protect users from risks related to things like unlimited token approvals if a smart contract is compromised? Yeah. So just in
Yeah,
general, I mean, what thoughts have you given to risk?
yeah. About risks, I am very, very conscious. That is why I personally, I said, since we're still testing, we should not make our AI agents completely autonomous. It could help you in some ways, but you have to sign certain transactions yourself and complete those transactions yourself. So even the recurring orders, you have to be the one to set it up and sign. Are not giving the AI all of that autonomy to basically make decisions, because I'm aware of the risks that comes with integrating AI into your system. It's not like traditional risks. There are a couple of factors to consider, such as setting of guardrails for the AI. So you tell it you can't move past this point, and you can only do this, and you can't do that. So right. So that is how we plan to manage the risks, and we have our internal audits going on. So whenever we write our smart contracts, we all have to, myself and our lead dev, we have to go through it and think about the logic, think about the possibilities. But just before mainnet, we're basically going to have our own external audits from audit platforms. I'm already in talks with some of them, so we're going to have smart contract audits as well as the an overall audit. So yeah, I would like to add that I try to get silence to help us go through our contracts and see if everything looks good, because he has been helpful from day one. So his feedback are really, really, really good. So we always consider his feedback to a very high extent. So yeah.
But I think what you said is a more important thing, is an audit, right? And I saw there was a couple comments that came up as well. You can't you can't replace the importance of getting an audit. You know, um, other people looking at the code is one thing, but having a really detailed security audit is truly what you need. I'm glad that you're looking to do that. But yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely that above anything else. Um, I don't. I'm gonna see here if by chance you have an opportunity to do a demo of of the platform before we log off today.
Yeah, sure. I'll stop sharing my screen for a second, and then I could just replace the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So exchange. Am I? Can you still hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can still hear you.
So I'm just going to do a quick refresh. Not sure. Alright. So I'm just going to connect my wallet. And 73. I'm trying to bridge. I'm trying to swap 273 EURC for USDC, and like I said, you are getting rendered the best quotes in real time, and you can see the price changing in real time across the DEXs we are currently routing through. So I think right now Xylonet has the best pricing system, or the best price for this swap. So I'm just going to connect and then confirm. Not sure why. Yeah, there it goes.
There it goes. Gotta love live.
So we are going to give it a second, and yeah, and you can see this transaction. So this was what I was saying about our deterministic future. So when I tried to make the swap, it told me I'll be getting around 270 287 USDC, and I think I got close to that price. I got 286.99, which is pretty close. So this is what the deterministic future. I'm just going to share that for those that can't see it. I'm just going to share that part of my screen. So there you can see it. When I tried to make the swap, I was being rendered 287 USDC price through the Xylo stable pool, and I got really close to that. I got 286.99, so that is close enough. And I can basically go back and make another transaction. I could make a bridge. So let's try out the bridge. So currently, like I said, our bridge currently still supports moving assets, USDC assets across multiple blockchains. So let's say I'm trying to bridge from base to ARC. So I'm trying to bridge about 60 USDC. And yeah, this is the estimated fee, and this is the
Nice.
estimated time. So you know exactly what you're getting into, and you will agree with me that this price is really cheap for a bridge. Thanks to the forwarder services, I don't have to worry about having um, gas on both chains. I just need to have gas on the good to go. The rest of it's for CCTP kits, and yeah,
Very nice, man. Very nice. Very nice. Very cool. Very cool. I mean, it is great. I got a question for you. I mean, what do you see, beyond just trading? What sort of other real world uses do you anticipate for your for Tower Exchange? remittances? What are some of the use cases that come to mind?
Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure. Amy though. Sam, are you there?
Yeah. Yep, I'm here.
Okay,
Can you hear
so
me?
beyond just
Go
trading,
ahead.
some of
Yeah.
yes, we can hear you. So some of the use cases that comes to mind is, like I said, we want to be the go-to hub for stablecoin movements. So and Circle already solves that problem with the entire app kit that supports swapping, that supports bridging, and it also supports sending of crypto assets from one blockchain to another, or sending a certain crypto assets from one wallet to another. So it will be a cool feature if we have businesses um, implementing or integrating with our exchange, and they support payment stages of coin. Like that is something that we plan to edge in on, because currently it's not common, especially in this part of the world where I'm from. So we want that to be a new norm for users that have stable coins, and they can basically use that stable coin like they were spending a dollar, or they were spending fiat currency. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. Very good, man. I really want to appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us today, showing us Tower Exchange. It's been something that I've seen you build over the months, as you say, from October 28th, 2025 to be exact. I've seen you in the community, and really excited to honestly see you get to this point. I see a lot of comments. When mainnet? When mainnet? Yes, that is the question of the day. I don't know. Can't tell you right
Don't
now,
ask
but
me, ask Sam.
stay tuned. Keep building. Let's get ready. Let's get ready for it. Let's get ready. So, yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to you, Cheat Code, for everything that you do in the community, everything that you're doing on a daily basis. A lot of people have seen you, like I said, in our Discord. Look at that. I remember you presenting your project on Discord. Congratulations, my brother. So it's really great and exciting to see you go from representing on Discord to coming out to the main show. So want to really thank you for joining. I think he got so excited that he froze out on us and has now has now left us. So big shout out to Cheat Code for all that he's done. Appreciate him joining and hanging out with us. We're going to be here live again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be live discussing the new grants program. We have the developer grants program that is just been announced. We're going to have Jenna team in, as well as Anthony Kalani on our team, on our ecosystem and growth team, that's going to help to talk about everything that is you need to know about our developer grants program, so you can get logged in, get some help, get some assistance as you look to grow your project. So thank you, everybody that's been here. I'm seeing everybody in the comments. I can't even get it up on the screen fast enough. Thank you all for joining. As soon as you can, reach out to us in ArcHouse. Let me go ahead and put that URL up. So join us on ArcHouse. You can join us, scan that QR code. It has the old URL right there, but community.arc.io is the new URL that you can use to access ArcHouse. You can also head over to docs.arc.io. You can learn more about building as well. So looking forward to everybody joining us. We will see you next time. Tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow live here on X. Thank you, everybody. Take care.